Okay, we're back. And I'm going to take out TRJ. As long as I'm not in stat form, these guys cannot confuse me. No need for the glaive anymore. That's pretty neat. Just tab through this stuff. Should be able to tab this thing too, but let's not take any chances. We'll use some javelins on it. Cool. Alright. As you recall, TRJ is right here. I am going to... Let's see, we've got the ability to blink if we have to. I think I'm going to pop in down there just to see if he's there. Okay, he is. What? Oh no. He hit himself. That was unexpected. Let's go up. And unfortunately, I'm just going to have a bunch of dudes next to me. That was Rue doing that for me, thinking he was helping. Whoops. Already off to a bad start, but that's okay. Okay, we're going to haste. We're going to stat form. We're going to resistance. We're not going to do the immolation plan. That's a no. We are going to haste and we're going to might. We're going to hope that berserk doesn't happen, but if it does, we can always go up. No problem. So we're resistance, we're mighted. We need to agility as well. So we're about as strong as we're ever going to get. This is the worst possible place to fight this dude, but I'm going to fight him right at the staircase, because we have the power of apocalypse, and that should see us through. And we have Phantom Mirror. So we're going to use Phantom Mirror. Awesomely, he immediately whacks the Royal Jelly and hits him with acid. Pretty cool. And I'm thinking what I wanted to do, what I was hoping he wouldn't do, is pop himself right behind some buddies as soon as I came down, but he did. Because what I wanted to do was net him. And that's not going to happen. So I'm thinking the answer is to Javelin of Penetration. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so the Royal Jelly... My Royal Jelly is doing most of the work here, which I can't complain about. Did I even hit him with the... Yeah, my Javelin of Penetration... Three exclamation points. So Might's doing some work there. That's pretty solid. So yeah, he's almost dead. Yeah, we've done... Yeah, okay, so the Javelins actually did most of the damage. I think I'm going to go ahead and Apocalypse, maybe. You know, I'm going to try my luck with one more... As silly as this may be, I'm going to try my luck with one more Javelin of Penetration. It hits him. He doesn't die. Oh boy, that's a lot of jellies, though. Let's APOC now. Wow, look at all those jellies dying. That's awesome. Alright, now... Do we want to fight? I think we want to keep fighting. Because we're hasted, we're mighted, we're agility. This is as strong as we're going to get. This is the only time we're going to have our core. Let's just finish it off, you know. Best we can. Plus we have our Royal Jelly buddy. This dude can confuse us, but I'm not too concerned. I have quite a lot of curing. So let's Javelin there. Large rock the things that are paralyzed. Wow, look at all these acid blobs coming. Okay, we're slowed. We're not hasted anymore, so we'll go up. Okay, so that was a wild ride. That could have gone worse. It could have gone better. I don't like that all those, we have all these new friends down here. I'm not even sure if I want to come down there and stat for them. Let's play the math game. Let's do the math. Monster, acid blob. 42 damage and extra acid damage, but it doesn't say how much. Is that just the 20? I think we determined these things do like 20 damage extra, and that's the if you splash with acid. So 42 plus 73, which is of course 21. So 63 damage plus that extra 20 from acid. It's like the other acid effect. Puts them about 85 max damage. Minus GDR, which we will have if we're in stat form. That's too much damage with 4 of them. Unfortunate. That means I need to stat form, and I kind of need to use a potion of resistance as much as I don't want to. Sadly, the only Arc Core is some Acid Dragon scales, and I'm just not going to rely on that. That's resistance. Wow. You know what? That's enough stuff that I am totally comfortable apocalypsing again. Nice. So unfortunately, a lot of that stuff was TRJ jellies. Some of it, anyway. Oh, come on. I just wanted to kill the Shining Eye. Okay, so we'll large rock this stuff, and if we take too much damage, yeah, we gotta go up. Let's see if we can't pull one of these guys. Go into stat form. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Cool. Very cool. Obviously, we want to focus on the monster that can actually do something to us. We're immune to the Confuse now. I'll keep going for Dex. I really want more defense. Oh, we can memorize Malign Gateway now, so we'll do that. I'll drop that book. No need to hold on to it. And, geez. Do I really want to go down this road? Really spreading thin on a troll, it's a bit strange. I think I actually will. I'll at least use up the manual. Why not? It's not like we're having a hard time killing things. And I mean, I have 4 potions of brilliance, so it's my favorite spell. I might as well. Ah, there we go. Large rocks do a pretty good job against stuff in here. Even the scariest stuff. Even if you don't have our core. We don't have our core, and we're doing this just fine. I see inventory management problems in my future. I found like 4, I think 4 different gloves. Unique gloves. It's kind of a slap in the face. Since I can't wear them. Alright, so nothing too incredible here. Blowgun is an option. Could do some fun things with that if I actually train throwing up to a max level. I think you can still do crazy things with those. But no need to fool with that just yet. We'll leave that here. But we certainly have enough enchant weapon. In fact, I'll grab it and I'll use enchant weapon on it because why not? And I'll just identify this just for fun. Oh, minus Tella. Potentially worth using. I want to grab it. Oh wait, no I'm not. So many things I want to carry, come on. Just kind of trying to decide what to drop here. I guess nothing. I mean, the only reason I want this glaive is for the purposes of Zoth 5, so if I feel like using it, then that'd be cool. Silver javelins I am not going to pick up. I determined that they only do 75% more than a regular javelin, which makes large rocks superior even against things that the silver javelins are effective against. Okay, we have a +9 blowgun now. I'm just going to drop it, but if we find some needles of paralysis, it might be worth training more throwing. I mean, it's going to be worth training more throwing anyway. But, you know, just depends how much. So we're only 12 minutes in. We killed TRJ. I'm tempted to do something else real quick, but what? We've cleared crypts. We've cleared pretty much everything, actually, except for depths. Tomb, which of course we're not going into yet, if ever. Elven Hall's not going to do that yet, and still have that RF minus to contend with. RF minus makes me not want to do vaults either, vaults 5 that is. Really in a tough situation with these resistances. The game has not been too kind to us on that. I'm at the point where I'm half tempted to wear FDA just to get the fire resistance. Let's check on something here. Dragon form, 43%. Dragon form would be an appropriate way for us to deal with the fire resist problem. Unfortunately, 43%. I could train it up more, but I think instead what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably just going to keep RF, the Ring of Fire on, lose a little bit of MR, which is bad but not terrible, still have 3 pips. Let's go ahead and buy some more of these breads though. I really should be picking this stuff up and doing it, you know, dropping it all off at like a singular stash since it sort of matters more on this character for food, but I think we'll be okay. Let's try Vault 5. Absolute worst case scenario, I can usually Apocalypse and take out the dude that is blocking the staircase if such a guy shows up. The Vault Wardens or whatever they're called. So it shouldn't be too bad. I'm actually tempted to do Immolation, but we don't have any RF, so that's actually pretty bad. At least it probably is pretty bad. Let's just play the stair dancing game. I don't know why I ate a piece of meat a minute ago. I obviously am about to get a ton of food. Whoops. That was a mistake. I want to drop something real quick. Oh, let's drop Scroll of Torment. We will not need that now that TRJ is dead. Okay, cool. Here's our first Vault Warden. He hasn't locked the door. I tell you what. I'm just gonna keep pulling things until he locks the door. When he does, I'll Apocalypse, and then I'll throw javelins at him. Let's pull a couple of these guys. So this isn't so bad. All those javelins of penetration make me a lot more confident versus this stuff than I otherwise might be. Also, wow, we're already down to 91% on the line. Really incredible that we can do this on a troll. A lot of people think trolls can't cast at all, but as long as they're in robes, it's not so bad. Okay, he still didn't lock the door. That's pretty cool. Fight two at a time if we can. That's pretty cool too. Get the nice power leap to hit all of them at once. Just some minor optimizations. Not terribly important. And he locks the door. That's fine. We use our trump card. He doesn't die. That's a shame. We use Javelins of Penetration. And he dies. Let's take this opportunity to kill all these paralyzed dudes. Although I should probably... You know what? I'm going to go up because I don't want to risk... a warden showing up. Because we're in staff form, we're slow. So we could swing... Well, let me... Actually, I want to test that. How fast is my swing? 81.2. I'm looking at the time count here. 81.2 becomes 82.2. So literally 1 with our current level of UC training. So maybe not. Maybe we are fast enough. I mean, UC gets pretty fast apparently, so that even in staff form it remains a very quick attack. Awesome. I really do like stair dancing this. An Apocalypse, or really anything that lets you kill the wardens or tentacle monsters, or anything that can cause you a problem going up the stairs. If you can kill a particular target very quickly, regardless of its position, then you can stair dance Vaults 5. What was I just doing? There was something I wanted to check on. Okay, we're still training out of the book, the manual. So yeah, once that's trained up, I want to go back into UC. Actually, I kind of want to... By the way, this is something we want to watch out for in Anaconda, since he can constrict. Yeah, I kind of want to... I'm hoping that book's done soon, because I just realized I actually have it. My attack speed in staff form is between 1 and 1.1, so sometimes it'll be 1.1, and the milestone is 1. That's where you want it to be at a minimum. CR is this guy after blinking. Being next to a hasted Deep Elf Sorcerer is not good. This is fine, we'll just swing a bit. Can this guy... Oh, wow, he can actually paralyze me. Let's pop on Pro Magic and go up. Didn't want to get paralyzed. In fact, we should be a little more careful about this. What I should be doing is, there's really no reason for me to pop off Pro Magic when once I have Stat Form up, I can just pop the Ring of Fire on the Wiz. Just requires a little bit more finicky micromanagement, because we can't cast, I mean, we don't want to be casting Statue Form without the wizardry. A lot of dragons here. They can kick me right off the staircase. Probably going to end up apocalypsing soon. Yeah, Stat Form 17% with red fail rate if I don't have the Wiz on. Let's pull him up. That's one dragon out of the way. Cool. Nice, it's set up so that he can't push me off. Quite a lot of stuff here anyway. I'm gonna Apocalypse. I should have done it while I was still down there, but what are you gonna do? Kill the paralyzed stuff first because, you know, it could become unparalyzed and it's gonna die pretty fast while paralyzed. Alright, cool. We're done with the manual. We'll go back to that. We'll go back to the manual, or not the manual, but to summonings and translocations and whatever. We're going to get Malign Gateway online. I've already invested, but for a little while, I want to get UC back up. Just a little bit more. Swapping these rings again. You know, I'm actually going to blink or power leap over there. And I'm going to kill this guy. Since that dude was paralyzed, it was just a orc priest, but I just wanted to take him out. And I mean, my real target was I wanted to lure the Annihilator up so I could kill him fast, since he's one of the main threats on the board down here. Got a lot of interesting choices here. We've got this 1% paralyzed lich. I'm gonna have to end the transformation. A lot of stuff, and most concerning, Phantasmal Warrior. Let's hit him with a large rock. Okay, this is cool. We're gonna power leap, and then we're gonna go right back up. That was a little risky. Insofar as a warden could have showed up right at that moment that I power leaped and locked the door. But I could have blinked out and found a way out of the situation if that happened, so that's okay. We're taking calculated risks, so that if something goes wrong, we still have enough of a hit point buffer that it's not the end of the world. Okay, this demonologist doesn't want to die, so we're going to rest up. Is that a unique? Yeah, that's a... wow. Let's go back up, because I want to be in stat form if I'm going to be fighting something with a draining branded weapon. I'll power leap here. Pull him up and kill him. Out of curiosity, I'm going to identify this. It's a really crappy Lajatong. Okay, keep stair dancing. Take a lot of damage, unfortunately. That was from the Iron Heart Preserver and the Bolt of Fire. I mean, we're still running. I mean, look at this. We're running with 0 resistances across the board, so it's going to be a little rough. But bear in mind that we have the ability to we have the ability to apocalypse at any moment, so nothing to be too concerned about. Let's, can we kill this? I know that there's a Shadow Fiend on the board. I wanna kill this Lost Soul, but you know what? I'm just gonna pull this dude up, and that way I can kill him. Lost Soul's gone, so he just dies, and then I'll just rest up, so the Shadow Fiend will be gone too. Now we'll put Ring of Fire on. Get right back to work. Okay, I was tabbing a bit, shouldn't have been, because now we've got this Lich, which I could have died if he had paralyzed me. Let's Apocalypse. Let's kill the dragon. Let's go up. Biting off a little more than I can chew. Even if things are getting a little bit tedious, it's best not to try to rush. If you find yourself rushing, that's when you're probably about to make a mistake. And I was rushing a little bit there. Because I would really, I want to get into the meat of Vaults 5. I want to get all this loot, you know, so I can tell that the floor is going to be empty soon. Let's take a step. Could have gotten fireballed twice, but that's okay. With all this AC and with no fire vulnerability, it's not too risky to eat fireballs from these guys. I'll tell you what is risky. Damnation. That's not good that he's there. I don't like being in staff form. Also, well, no, I don't need to worry about this guy at least. His spell power isn't enough to paralyze me even in staff form. With that said, I'm going to go back up. I'm going to rest up, and I'm going to turn off the form so that my AC is high enough, or sorry, so that my MR... No, wait, no, that's not the reason. So let me rephrase. So that I am fast enough that my actions don't mean that I might take 2 damnations. That's what I was trying to say. Now I see, whoops, wow, I thought I was in map mode. That could have been bad. What I was trying to do was hover over this dream sheep. I was going to say, technically this can put us to sleep, so we want to apocalypse. Instead I took 2 steps, which could have killed me. Let's just pretend that didn't happen, yeah? Oh, hey, okay. A lot of stuff coming. This is what I get for using Apocalypse so many times. I mean, it's very, very, very loud. Art of Flaming, come on. Alright, he's dead. Alright, I was vulnerable to fire there. That's why that Bardich was hitting me so hard. I don't think it could have done 100 damage to me, though, which is where hit points was at. I like to measure things in, like, could I have died or not? That's a really good metric for, are you playing correctly? Or are you playing in a way that maximizes win rate? If you're doing things that regularly put you in situations where you could have died, then you're playing wrong. You're making mistakes. And if you can honestly say that no matter how bad you messed up, there was never a situation where the next move could have killed you, that's when you know you're playing really cool. Like, really, you're doing the right moves. I mean, it's not totally possible on certain characters, especially like early in the game. You might get shafted, you might run into like something with a wand of acid or a wand of lightning, and a lot of nasty things can happen. But for the most part, unless you walk right into, like, auto-explore into like a 2-headed ogre that has like 2 distortion branded giant spike clubs, and he just instantly kills you. Unless something like that happens, chances are good you have the ability to avoid those situations. And if you're not, well, that's your fault. Alright, I'm gonna Apocalypse again. I've been Apocalypsing a lot, but I mean, this dude can cut my MR in half. This dude can actually petrify, paralyze, or banish me. Okay, that's okay. Let's end the transformation so our MR is higher. And we'll just swing on the Lich. Lich is dead. We want to go up and go back into stat form. Now, I don't like being this drained. What are you going to do? I keep forgetting to put my Ring of Fire back on. Very important next to all these fire giants. I don't even want to be in stat form, but I do. I'm thinking penetration, and we'll see what this does for us. Well, I could eat like quite a lot of fireballs in a row here. You know what? Let's Apocalypse again. Seems stupid, but you know. All right, all the fire's gone. Now we'll kill these dragons, who are rudely draining me even more. All right. And Ring of Fire. Of course, this guy can constrict us, so we'll kill him first, or try to. Alright, I think that we've officially cleared out like 90% of the level, because the constant flow of reinforcements has sort of, the tide's been stemmed a bit. Not bad. Great sort of distortion. We get the paralyze on him. We'll just fight this Lich. Actually, let's go staff for him. Well, we can't. Well, we could, but I don't want to pop that ring on just now. So, since he can and did summon something that did a lot of fire damage, the Balrog, but that's fine. We took him out. I'll reset this fight since I got hurt and fight him at full health. Giant's dead. One of those things saw me. Oh, I'm berserked. I don't want to be berserked. Oh, this sucks. I hope I don't get paralyzed. You've reached level 25, the highest you will ever reach. Meaning I can't get to... Oh boy. I did get paralyzed. But I didn't die or even take much damage, so good. Certainly could have been worse. Berserkitis, man. It's rough. On the plus side, our unarmed combat is going up. Whoops, there's stuff to pick up, and I'm just not doing it. What did it want me to pick up? A scroll of silence? Okay, we really gotta fix this inventory problem soon. It's getting unmanageable. I don't need the ring of positive energy, that's fine, but as for the rest of this, it's just all this throwing crap. It's like 4 extra things that I don't usually carry around. The stones. I mean, I guess I kind of carry stones around usually, but large rocks, steel javelins, so on and so forth. We have enough large rocks, though. I think we can drop the javelins. That'll be fine. I mean, if I go through 35 large rocks, I would be surprised. distortion weapon. Yeah, we made so much noise. We cleared probably the entire floor, or, well, not the entire floor, but like 90% of the floor, just right in the center. And frankly, that's how I prefer to do it. If I have a character that's strong enough to do that, I think that's the safest way to do it. It's not, it seems like it's for show, but it's not. Because the staircase, that's your, the staircase is your friend. The staircase is what keeps you alive in this game. Without being able to stair dance, I don't know how I would win a single game in this game. Let's Yars that stuff in staff form. Looks like we haven't, surprisingly, decent amount of things on this corner. I guess because the noise was, didn't quite reach this corner of it. Another book. A book I don't even want. But my inventory's full again. I will drop Ice Blast and this book that I don't want. Just tab this a bit. Alright, that's the floor. Very good. Very, very good. Take a quick look at all this loot. Nothing terribly interesting. Oh, there's an amulet I didn't pick up. That's a pretty good amulet. We need the MR Plus right now, but that's worth looking into for later. I'll say that much. I really wish I had more mutation curing because I still have evolution, and I was hoping that would trigger and take off Berserkitis. But, you know, it's screwing me over so badly. I mean, I almost died a minute ago because of it. I'm going to go ahead and drink. Worst possible result. Worst possible result. We get frail. We lose our RC+. And on top of that, insult to injury. Yeah, frail and RC+, and we don't even get Berserkitis taken off. So this is why Neo mutation potions, if you don't have a nice stack, you can really end up sad after you use them. What a shame. If my mutation situation doesn't get any better anytime soon, this might end up being just like a 3-rune game, because you gotta understand, I still have Zot to go through, and I will get mutated there. There's almost nothing I can do about it as I'm fighting Orbs of Fire on this character. So, it's just not ideal. I can't believe Malign Gateway is at 65%. That's outlandish. I mean, that's right now we could cast with Brilliance. So we have Malign Gateway online for emergency situations at least. That's what I see Brilliance as. That's the true use of Brilliance in my opinion, is to cast stuff that you can't cast anymore. Some people try to use it as like a spell power booster, and I guess fine. It does increase your intelligence, but I would rather use it for the whiz and everything. I guess I'm not positive that I'd be able to cast Malign with this right now, because there's a limit to the number of wizardries you can stack, and I think it's 3. Probably take us below 50% though. With a little more translocations training, we'd be fine. Alright, so next video, probably going into depths. We have 4 runes now. All the basic ones, slime, vaults, lair. So our only real options are Elven Halls, Tomb, and Depths, and it's pretty obvious which one of those is going to be the least dangerous. But man, I am not happy. I'm not happy about my resistance situation. Going into any of those sounds silly. I almost feel like the safest place for me to be is Tomb. which again, I understand that sounds ludicrous. But it's the only place that I am reasonably sure I won't face fire damage. And I won't have to swap off, you know, stuff. I haven't even found a regular ring of RC plus or RF plus. It's really upsetting. It's to the point where I'm like tempted to train armor and get these gold dragon scales. As silly as that seems with staff form up and everything. It's on my list. It's on my maybe list. Let's throw it on real fast and see if anything we can do is castable still. I doubt it. So we go to 20 AC. First of all, let's do a little comparison. In staff form, I'll write this down. 30 AC, 17 EV, 25 shield. If I turn staff form off and wear the gold dragon scales, we've got 10 less AC, 11 less EV, which is basically 6 EV is almost like no EV, and then the same amount of shield. Shield doesn't change, but we've got RC plus again. Frustrating. It's almost worth it to me. I don't think so though. Oh, he convoked. I'm convinced those guys just summon stuff, not somewhere on the level like it says, but just out of nowhere. Alright, so I'm just going to park this character right outside of Vaults, and I'll think about this a little more before I make the next video. Because, crazy as it seems, I am seriously tempted to do Tomb, because no matter how bad the ambush is on Tomb 2, I can Apocalypse it. No matter how bad and congested Tomb 3 gets, I can Apocalypse it. I can Pog over to the exit. The one-way exit. It's not too terrible. Pog makes the new version of Tomb with the one-way staircases less horrible. I mean, it was bad before, but it's really bad now. But I mean, in terms of killing greater mummies, we can do it. And the reason I'd want to do it is because there's a ton of loot in there, and maybe there's going to be some mutation potions, honestly. May even consider dropping into a Zig on this character, but probably not. Alright, that's the run. Well, that's not the run, but that's the that's TRJ and Vaults 5. Kind of like a boss video this time, I guess. Next time you may see me go into Tomb early for the 5th rune, which is kind of crazy, but it'll be fun. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'm signing out.